You're right, guys. As you know, we partnered with Max Peating Rods to bring some car gear to myself and my channel members, subscribers, etc. They've come through with the goods again. Have a look at what we've got here today. We have got a XR6 Turbo underneath the box of silicon goodness. This is my XR6 Turbo. It's a 2006 model ute, and we're going to see if we can't use some of these pipes provided by Max Peating Rods to potentially delete some of the really long standard rubber hoses, and maybe even the crossover, because I have a bulged bonnet. Big bonnet bulge. So when you have the bulged bonnet, you don't have this clearance issue that you have with the factory crossover pipe work. That's not part of the kit. It's just a cold air intake pipe that I had previously with a no-name, stupidly big intake filter. So what we're going to use is we're going to use this K&N oilable. I'm going to get it down in here and in a enclosure. Tried to suck that in, that did. Good thing it wasn't ever going to get to the turbo. And then a 2.5 inch pipe works probably a little bit on the small side, so we may still use that one to get down into the inner guard here. But let me show you this kit. So Max Peating Rods supplied this to me at no charge for purpose of review, etc. If you use the code OUTS, one up the sleeve, in your checkout you get a discount and I get a little channel kickback, so that's cool. So in this little kit here you get a bag of silicon joiners. Let's open them up and see what's actually inside. Okay, so we get 6 straight silicon joiners. 2, 4, 6, 8 in that pack. 16 hose clamps. 2 180 degree bends. We don't actually need a 180 on the bottom of this one. This one has a F6 intercooler, or an FPV intercooler, which already faces back the same way as it comes. So it comes in the bottom down there. Oh, we can get rid of that big rubber donut with a 180. Yeah, that might be good. So we've got our intake, goes over the top in the back side of that, goes down and into our GT35, and out of our GT35 goes down from the bottom, goes under the car, comes up into the cooler, out of the cooler, into an aluminium piece with a temperature sensor down there, which we've got to leave. Temperature maybe even boost, I'm not sure if it's both. And up, across and into the intake. So I would not mind if we got rid of the crossover up there. I think that's quite doable. I do want to end up with a battery side intake, but it's not registered yet, so I need it to look relatively standard when it goes in for its registration. So we will be able to put a couple of these pipes in. Let me show you the ones that we will be able to use for things. Let's get them out, just have a look at them. So they are aluminium. Oh, they're shiny. Look at that. Shiny aluminium. So I'm thinking one of these 2.5 inch lines, if we leave the factory crossover in, we'll almost replicate that. One of our, get him out of his bag as well, 180 here. Yeah, we should be able to delete that one. Isn't that a much nicer idea? because there's a join in the 180 factory on the car down there. If we could put a better joiner in, that'd be nice. So that's obviously going to be a weak spot. What do you think? What do you guys think? Should I go crossover and get rid of that intercooler and put a bigger bar and plate one in and come up the other side? Let me know what you think. Do you reckon we should stick with the standard one or go with a much bigger one? But yeah, I got this cool piping kit from Max Peeling Rods to do whatever I really want with. And obviously this is just going to be looking at what we got. What size is that? That's going to be 3 inches, is it? So I need an adapter. Yeah, I need an adapter for the back of that filter. No, I won't. The filter's on this side. But yeah, this is pretty cool, really, because 2.5 inches is plenty big enough for charge pipe work on something like this in its kind of standard trim. Certainly doesn't need to be 3.5 or whatever that elbow is. That's huge. Let's see what the elbow looks like in comparison. So is that it's an Aeroflow one? And these ones are the Max Peeling Rods ones. Got a nice bit of braid in them. Keep them together. Nice and flexible and pliable. You can certainly move them around and stuff, which is good. And they're, yeah, 90 degrees. So what else do you get? You get 2 90-degree elbows, 2 180-degree elbows, 2 45-degree long bands, and 2 straight sections. Maybe we should intercool the Transit with this kit. Right, let's have a look under the bonnet of the Transit. Okay, so the turbo and the intake are really close together on this Transit. We can delete the aircon lines because none of that works anymore. And change the airbox assembly. We'd have to go from, here's the intake, there's the turbo. Wouldn't be too big of a deal to change all that around in there. But that's probably unnecessary. It probably doesn't need it, to be honest. Let's use it on the XR6, and there's a few pipes that have got some reasonable cracks and stuff like that in them. So if we're able to go hard pipe for a long way before we get to that aluminium one in there. Sorry about the light. Yes, there's an aluminium one under that light in there. We could hard pipe across there as opposed to having that rubber one. The rubber ones crack like that, which is sad. And all the aluminium piping, especially when it's on this side of the engine bay, will certainly stop things from getting any hotter. If anything, they should dissipate some heat when they're on this side of the engine bay. Yeah. We might pop a few hoses off and see what we can change. I have to get a breather set up. I might get a catch can from Max Peeling Rods for this as well. Wouldn't be a bad thing to have a catch can mounted down in there on the airbox side. But yeah, this is an awesome kit. I think it was $170, $180 or something. But yeah, use the code OneUpTheSleeve Customs, as in OUTSC at checkout, and you'll get a discount. And I get a kickback and keep getting to play with these kinds of things. I'm going to delete the header bottle tank there, put an aftermarket aluminium one in as well. Yeah, just some things to make stuff a bit more reliable. These beautiful big T-headed clamps will be nice. I call these T-headeds. They're all nice looking hose clamps. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of this little kit. If you've purchased one before, or if you've purchased a different brand one, what you thought either way. Yeah, I'll get a few bits on this vehicle. We might even do a few bits on the Hilux turbo as well. And yeah, thanks Max Peeling Rods. We'll put something together and see what it looks like. See if we can delete some not great super long rubber hoses. And you can buy a silicone rubber hose kit for this car. They're like $600 to replace all of the charge pipes with silicons instead of these factory ones. I don't know what these factory ones cost. I didn't look into it yet. Yeah, crazy. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.